WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast. It's Jarom, it's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Nothing much, buddy. What a week, huh?
What a week. Blackhawks hockey's back, man. Hockey is back, but we're going to talk about what really matters and what everybody wants to hear about, our political opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Happy election right now. Go. No, I'm joking.
Democracy is on the line.
Which they say every single year, and I don't know about much, but it doesn't seem like much changes. But
at the United Center, they say democracy is on the goal line. It's stupid.
All right, Hawks news.
Yeah. What did they do this week? I bet you're asking yourself that.
Well, before we get into the week, this past week, let's talk a little housekeeping, some Hawks news that came out. Not a lot to discuss. One interesting note came from Frank Cervelli discussing Taylor Hall, that he would prefer to extend his stay here in Chicago and figure out something more long-term. And when this original trade was made for him, I don't know if I'd be on board with that.
Yeah.
But it's playing pretty well this season.
Yeah. He's having a decent year. The boys in general are having a decent go right now.
He's coming off of probably one of his best games. I think it was the game against the Ducks, where he had 2 assists or 3 assists.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that in a second.
Two.
Yeah. So he's definitely feeling it. It's knock on wood, he's staying healthy. He's not dealing with too many injuries here. So if he keeps it up, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't keep him. I think one reason why we wouldn't is if his price tag is more or around that $6 million range. I think I'd be more comfortable keeping him between 4 and 5.
It doesn't matter.
Salary cap's a non-issue for you?
Yeah, it's supposed to go up to 92 and a half this next season, and maybe even jump more after that.
Okay, let's not get into Bowman territory here, though, man. We gotta stay smart with how we spend our money.
Let's just dish it out. Who cares?
$10 million for everybody. No movement clauses for everybody, including fourth liners that only play every other game.
Even if you're looking at it though, like Athanasiou is making 4.25. That's not coming back next year.
Dude, I forgot he's even on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit.
I'm assuming, guys like Pat Maroon's playing okay, but 1.3, that's not coming back. Donato might be actually coming. I think he's making a case for sticking around.
We said it last week. He's kind of playing the role of Jason Dickinson this year.
Dude, he's gonna get the 4.5, the 2x4.5 next season, or in January.
Well, yeah. So that was gonna be my next question. So Hall and Donato are probably the 2 likely candidates to get extended during the season. Out of everybody coming up. Yeah.
Wyatt Kaiser. I was gonna say Wyatt Kaiser probably too.
Yeah, that's a little bit different because is he an RFA? Those guys are RFA, so that's a little bit different.
You're talking just strictly UFAs?
Yeah, UFA guys.
Craig Smith, maybe, dude. But Craig Smith might be a guy that's I had a good year. I want a cup. I want to go get a cup.
Yeah.
I can be he's such a good depth player that he'd be good pretty much for a cup run for any team.
I think he's gonna get dealt at the deadline.
Just the crazy chemistry that him and Reichel have is just.
It's just
where did this come from?
Keep him. But no. So my question with Donato and Hall, those are the 2 likely candidates to get re-signed in the middle of the season. Last year, it was Foligno, Mrazek, and Dickinson. They all got signed within a week of each other. It was January 14th, 16th, and 18th or 20th or something like that. When I first thought about this, I didn't realize how far it was into the season. Do you think it's going to be kind of around the same time frame for these kind of guys? Give it like half a season in and maybe just kind of see if they're still at there, or do you kind of want to try to lock them in now in case they truly have like just a stellar season the rest of the way?
Give me 1 second to look at something. So the reason why Foligno was in January was because he was already on a 1-year deal. Like it wasn't like a carryover contract. It was one that he signed, and you can't sign an extension until after January 1st. So that's probably when they started. Yeah, that's when they started. Like what you can do is you can sign extensions for guys that have like multi-year deals and then they're in the last year of their contract. But if they're on like a 1-year deal, like you can't sign a guy to a 1-year deal and then like next week be like, oh, now we signed him to an extension of 8 years,
Gotcha.
So it's like you have to wait until after January 1st and then you can sign them to an extension. So that's why I think Foligno was like that. But I'm 90% positive. Well, I know for sure Mrazek wasn't. And I don't think Dickinson was either. But I think when they were like, okay, let's get the ball rolling on looking at extensions, that's when they were like, okay, that's been enough time of seeing what we've had to see out of Dickinson. That's enough time of what we've seen out of Mrazek. I think we needed, like, along with Foligno, keeping him here, like, we get those two guys. And that's why they probably did it like, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, and it's typically how it goes. Like you see when teams re-sign players in the middle of the season, it's like once one goes, it's not far long after that the next one and then the next one. So
yeah.
I mean, but what would you say with these guys? Would you want to see them taken care of sooner than later, or do you want to like wait and see maybe you can either save yourself a couple bucks or what? Like, I know it's not save yourself a couple bucks is not like a big thing, but I'm just with the Hawks cap situation. But it's like, and you're not signing these guys long term either. You're probably giving them 2, maybe 3-year deals.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Donato actually getting more term than Taylor Hall, just because Donato is like more.
He's 28.
Like, yeah, he can go anywhere in the lineup. Where I think Taylor Hall, it's like you're looking top 6, and like if he's not top 6, then like, are you going to really put him in situations where he's a 3rd or 4th liner? I don't think so. But that gives them a little bit more time to let their guys marinate in Rockford or like in the NCAA or in, juniors or whatever. Like it gives them a little bit more stability. Or like they also get another guy too. Like let's say there are guys that need to make the jump and Taylor Hall's there and he's another veteran at this point that can show them how it's done. So I think it would be good. I always have this idea that like whenever guys do come to Chicago, they're like, oh yeah, this is the way an NHL team is supposed to be ran. This is the way this is the type of city I'd like to see myself long term, which is why like I think Nick Foligno is going to be here for the rest of his fucking life too. But like guys just want to settle here. They love being here, and so it doesn't surprise me when it's like the team's not on the trajectory to be making any kind of cup push anytime soon. But guys like Taylor Hall, who still, I'm sure, want to play playoffs and want a cup, are like, I'd like to just be here.
Yeah. I mean, you have so much going for you. And like you said, the franchise, the way it's run, I mean, you have an elite talent in Bedard. You have one of the top prospect pools in the league. Then on top of that, you get Chicago in general, which despite what the news says, it is still a fucking gorgeous place to be a part of, like be in and be around this. Like, it's like, everything's going to the Hawks' advantage here. The only thing that would make it even better is if the whole tax situation was a little bit more in the players' favor, which it sucks.
It's not even that bad.
But Illinois, I know it's not bad, but still Illinois has a professional athlete tax. Like they have extra taxes for professional athletes. I know that's poor millionaires got to pay an extra couple thousand. You know what I mean? But it's like still, it's like that's people do take that into account, and all the negatives, right? And but it's like, and at the end of the day, all the negatives are being completely outweighed by the positive, and that's a lot. And like you said, the fact that this team is still not competing, and you're hearing rumors of players wanting to stay, players wanting to come here, like it's a great time. And that's why it's like anybody that's impatient right now with this rebuild or the state of the team, and talking about how, Coach Richardson's got to go. They need to get somebody else in here. Like, it's like, calm the fuck down. This is going better than actually I anticipated. I was figuring a couple more years at least before it was like to the point that we're at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more like similar to last year, but they, I think, are making good pushes to show that it's not going to be the same.
And what really makes me happy is that Ben Pope had a thing with Kyle Davidson talking about how pleased he is with the process. Like, yeah, he wants more consistency from the players and the game action, but he's like he sees the positive in the right direction, everything's going, and it's just a matter of time before he gets the confidence to pull the trigger and be like, all right, top guys, let's go. Checkbook's open. Let's come on in, kind of thing. Like, it's oh god, it's so fucking awesome.
Good time to be a fan. I think this is like, if you haven't been paying attention for a while, like because they have been bad, like now is a good time to get back in because
if you can
it's
watch
just
them.
it's just the beginning. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very easy to watch them. Just don't be a bitch.
Hey, I'm in your category now, man. I got my antenna to work, so I'm good.
Nice. Good shit.
But yeah, good shit. All right, well, let's get into what happened with the current Blackhawks. Coming into this week, we finished off on the start of the road trip where they lost one to Dallas. Just a great win against Colorado. They had the California swing part of this 5-game road trip. And the big question has always been, can this team put together back-to-back solid efforts? Answer, no, they still can't. They cannot figure it out. First game up on last week was the San Jose Sharks. I am just straight up honest. I did not watch a single second of this game. It was way too late for me, and plus I still didn't have my antenna set up yet.
Yeah, this one was a nice little 9 p.m. start and falling asleep for me, and then waking up and like seeing the different score every time I like my eyes open. All I know, like from what I saw, was the Hawks peppered them like a little bit, and not really, dude. Never mind. Like I thought that like from what I was watching, it seemed like the Hawks were like getting decent chances, but Will Smith got his first 2 goals. Just fucking
absolute snipes on both of them. And then the first goal was the one that kind of was like nailing the coffin for me with TJ Brody. Just absolutely like no idea where he's at, losing the play. Like Will Smith's wide open in Ovechkin's corner or Ovechkin's dot essentially, and just rips it home. And I'm glad it eventually leads to him coming on the lineup, but it's just like one of those things. It's like, God damn it, dude! Like sit him down for a little bit and let him reset.
Yeah, it was frustrating. I mean, the Hawks did end up going up after that though, and then they didn't hold the lead. I don't know. It's just not much you can do about it.
Yeah,
I think is this the game? Fuck, man, is this the goal? I'm trying to think. They went off of the end boards and then fucking in.
Oh, that I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like this shot comes off of. No, never mind. It doesn't.
No, because
they poke it in from behind them.
Yeah,
there was a goal this week where that ended up happening, where it was just like it might have been in LA. I think it was where the shot just missed wide, and then the guy was just like behind our defenseman of like Seth Jones, I think. And I'll look at it later, but
yeah. And then you had the second one was just Smith again, just sitting in the slot and just fucking rips it. Came off too fast. They didn't know if it was actually in or not. Yeah. So Hawks dropped that one 3-2. Donato gets his second of the season. I'm sorry, 6th of the season. Bertuzzi gets his 3rd. Connor Murphy
was that his 3rd or 4th in a row though?
Donato?
Yeah,
I think so.
Can't remember because he scored against Dallas and Colorado, right?
So that'd be at least 3 in a row, yeah.
I don't think he scored against Nashville. Let me see. No, Bedard and Craig Smith. And then it was the disallowed fucking like Teravainen goal.
Yeah.
And then Dallas has a Donato goal. And then Colorado, pretty sure, has a Donato goal. Yep. There, Donato, 2 Donato goals there.
How are you?
Yeah. So, yeah. And then San Jose, Donato goal. LA. Donato shootout goal.
Shootout goal. Fucking. So let's go to LA. So Hawks dropped that one 3-2. Go to 1-2 on the road trip at this point. Afternoon game against the LA Kings. And this one just had the makings for just a goddamn slaughter for the Hawks just getting slaughtered. Like, I'm like, oh man, they're gonna blow everything up on this one. The Hawks get outshot 23-8 through for 2 periods.
Oh, they had like 4 shots in the first and then 3 in the second.
They're credited with 4 and 4.
They must have given them an extra one in one of those periods then. Because they definitely only had 7 through 2 on the actual broadcast, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But in all honesty, though, they did have plenty of chances that just missed the net or blocked or something like that. So like, it wasn't like they weren't getting the opportunities; they just couldn't finish their chances.
I'm trying to pull up the natural stat tricks on this one.
The other thing during this game too was it was good to see them actually battle back. Like, that's been a complaint for like part of the season is the Hawks can't play a full 60 minutes, but at least in this one they showed that like when they do compete hard in at least that last 20 minutes they can fucking pull it back together. Because Nick Foligno basically is the one leading the charge for this team most of the time, and like him actually getting that goal. And dude, I love watching these goal visualizers because it's just Nick Foligno, like his little number 17 dot on there, just in between 5 black dots. Like it's him and every LA King surrounding him, and he gets it to the net, and then he just crashes the net and fucking puts it in. And it's just like that's a hard-nosed fucking goal right there, dude.
What's crazy? So looking at the natural stat trick. Which is looking at like scoring chances for high danger chances for this game is a lot closer than what it looked like. Yeah. So LA Kings led in scoring chances for 20-17 and only outperformed them in the terms of scoring chances for in the second period when it was 10-4. Hawks had the advantage in the first at 7-5, and in the third 6-5. Sorry, I'm like seeing all the sixes here.
Yeah, dude.
And then high danger chances. I mean, the Kings did destroy that one. They won 8-3 or had the lead 8-3 with 2-4-2. Hawks going 2-0-1. Neither team had a good scoring chance or high danger chance in overtime. So it's like they were outworked, but they did a great job staying with it and not showing up. And I don't know who was in our group chat that said like this is the type of game that the Hawks really need to show like the young kids like, listen, you might be out in the first 2, but it's like you don't fucking give up.
Well, it's actually, before I say what I'm gonna say is after the Foligno goal, the Craig Smith goal. Dude, the fucking moves by Lucas Reichel through the neutral zone to split 2 guys. I was like, oh, he's just gonna chip it in. They're gonna dump and chase, and then I was like, oh, what? Whoa, he's got it. And I was like, oh shit! And he like made the move between them, and then just a little backhand dish, just Craig Smith, and just a quick rip. And I was like, oh baby, oh god, I like this so much.
Like it feels so good. Dude, I'm so fucking thrilled and happy for that kid that he's finding his way. And look at you don't throw him in a situation where it's like he's doomed to like fail. Like you build him up, you slowly add more responsibilities to him, and now he's doing fucking phenomenal, getting top power play minutes. Like, dude, fucking let's go.
I'm a big fan of it. This third goal by LA is the one I was talking about from the last game, where it's literally a shot that goes wide, and then it's Philip Deneau just on the doorstep where the puck goes off the back end of the boards, and then he just taps it in. Because that's the kind of shit that like happens when you don't get bounces your way. Because Mrazek was playing a fantastic game, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
just like, of
30,
course,
37 for 40 in shots against, 925 save percentage. Like,
solid.
dude, he is just, again, I'm glad he was able to get the win in this one.
Yeah,
Even though, like, but it's like,
yo, when the Hawks fucking pulled him, and in my brain, I'm just like, okay, here comes another empty netter, because that's like the fucking song and dance for him right now. Is
yeah.
like, try their best, but like usually they end up giving up an empty netter. And then the fact that like Bertuzzi just gets enough stick behind the puck, like he's on his knees, his skates out behind the fucking stick, like Donato with just the pass the dish it in front, and then the fact that it goes like post and in, I was like, oh baby, okay, we might pull out the dub in this one. And then, oh my God, in overtime, fucking
Betsy.
Connor Bedard, dude. Like, he's like, oh, let's fucking go.
God,
And
if he could have fucking scored on that one move, like, he just looked like a fucking kid at stick and puck, just like
I
hanging
was gonna
out.
say he looks like the kid that knows how to play hockey, that's trying to teach little kids how to play hockey, and just stick handling around them, just doing a little keep away. But holy shit, I thought that game was over the second he like did that toe drag between everybody, and I was just like, oh my God, like I know he's frustrated, but holy hell, like this kid is 19 and just so disgusting.
Well, and then he shows it even more. So then it goes to a shootout. The Kings, Moore scores right away. Then Bedard comes up and just pulls vintage Patrick Kane, coming in hard, stopping, slowing down, stick hand a little bit, and just fucking buries it.
Yeah.
Like, let's go, dude. Who needs fucking Kaner? Let's go.
Yeah, dude. Even as the shootout went on, like all we had to do was Mrazek just needed one save, and he got that one against LaFerriere. But then like Teravainen, what he just shoots it low. I think Kempe went top shelf, and then Ryan Donato with literally like the other like another Kane move though, where he just like goes backhand and all the way back around forehand and literally just taps it in, because he's got fucking Kemper so fucking bit out of the net. Like I was like, whose team is this? Who is this Ryan Donato guy, and where the fuck did he come from?
I would just wonder if Kemper's found his jockstrap yet after that. Like, because like, Jesus, man, it was fucking unreal. Donato just continues to stay hot. Hawks win this one 4-3. Just, it's so crazy. Like, it starts as a game where I'm just like, oh God, I don't even want to talk about this one. Don't even want to finish watching it too. This might be one of the best games of the season.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God,
it's amazing. Then they wrap up the 5-game road trip.
I was gonna say though, that's a game that like bad teams don't win.
Yeah,
and like that's why I'm telling you, this Hawks team is not a bad team. Like they're a sneaky fucking decent team. Like, and they found a way to win a game. Like they didn't do that at all last year. They didn't find ways to win games. Like the wins just happened. Like this one was like they fucking dug deep. They fucking played like hard as hell to make sure that game was going into OT, and then they almost won it several times in OT, and then they fucking pulled it out in a shootout.
And this is the type of game too, like not even digging deep for wins though, like going off of yours, like this is a game that this team wouldn't even get the point. Like they wouldn't even push it to overtime last year. And that too, like I know we talk about no more moral victories and stuff like that, but I mean that right there says everything you need to hear about the different mentality of this team versus last year. Is that it could have easily just rolled over and just let that game end. Yeah. But they fought and at least got to overtime.
They could have given the fucking empty netter up, you know?
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, again, like we've been saying, everything's going in the right direction.
Yes.
Is it frustrating? Yes, it is. But I mean, in general, things are looking good and it's fucking awesome to see this team doing what they're doing.
Yes, I agree.
All right, last game of the road trip to Anaheim to play the Mighty Ducks with their awesome jerseys. I still wish they had black pants because it's just way too much fucking orange.
Yeah. Break it up a bit. White pants.
No. You could keep the orange.
Yeah.
Soderblom makes his return after dealing with an illness, and he was fucking lights out. Yeah. Everybody has been on him. We've talked about this numerous times. Everybody's been on him about how he played last year and all that, and he has done everything in his power this year to prove otherwise that he can definitely be the backup here and get more starts than what he has.
And that he has a future here. Like he wasn't just like I think it was in one of those situations last year where like we didn't have a plan B for like a backup. And so this year when they were talking about bringing veterans in because guys need to earn spots, like I don't think anybody really thought that like that was one of the spots that like somebody might be able to earn from a veteran. But like, I mean, Soderblom's making a fucking case for the Hawks carrying 3 goalies when Brossoit is healthy.
And that's what I'm saying too. Brossoit, I mean, he might have lost his spot. Like,
I don't know. Like, I feel like
I think he's gonna have to fucking earn it.
Yeah.
Like, either he's gonna have to really prove that he's better, or Soderblom's gonna have like a big step backwards. I think, like, to justify not keeping him around.
Yeah. True. Either way, I think Mrazek is going to still see as much time as possible. And then if they carry 3 goalies, then it's probably just swapping between the two. 100%. I don't think they're going to try and like roll 3. Like, okay, now it's your turn.
Yeah, no, that'd be stupid. Isaac Phillips gets his first of the year off a fucking wrist shot and a half.
Yep.
Just awesome. I forgot who was in front on that one. It was like a great screen.
Bertuzzi.
Of course it was.
Yep.
Was how you say is Dostal?
Yeah, Dostal.
Dostal, yeah. Doesn't even move. Like you just see him like just in position and like the puck's in and he's still just like what the hell just happened?
Right.
It was
they couldn't have been any more perfect of a shot. And like it was, that Dostal kid is like having himself a good season. Like not many people are beating that kid, and that was a nasty snipe.
I think what really impressed me too about that goal, like I mean, obviously the shot was impressive, but Hall gets it up to Bedard, who carries it over, and Phillips has got the mindset to jump into the play to give Bedard an outlet because you had Taylor Hall was behind him. Bertuzzi was going hard to the net. So the only option really was for Bedard to take a shot, which I don't think he had a great lane to take one. He was
skating to his left.
Yeah. So Phillips coming in, right there, it was just like, I mean, that impressed the shit out of me. I mean, for a young defenseman like that.
In the broadcast, they talked about it too, where he was backed by Soderblom when they broke out, and then he's like, "Well, my guy's deep. Like, I'm just going to beat him up the ice," and he just made himself part of the play. He was wide open. He just had all day. It was good heads up hockey, and then it's awesome to see that Bedard trusts basically everybody on the team. Like I feel like some guys would just be like, "I'm taking it myself," but he's got a better lane right now. Like, fucking give it to him. And he ends up with an assist. 1 of 3 this game.
Yeah, the second goal was also a very pretty setup play. It was Hawks around the power play. Nice little give and go, working around Taylor Hall up to Vlasic to Turbo back to Vlasic, who went back to the Hall. Just threads the needle.
It's Reichel, not Vlasic.
Oh, the visualizer's fucked up then.
No, 73.
72. Was it Taylor Vining goal?
Oh, I'm looking at the Seth Jones goal. Never mind. Sorry, you're right.
Oh. Okay.
You're right. You're right.
And then Taylor Hall
I'm just one ahead.
Yeah, Taylor Hall just threads the needle to get over to Turbo with the nice fucking 1T power play. Just both units clicking feeling good. And again, I text this to our group, and I'm like, again, our daily can Vlasic be on PP1? Like,
just put Vlasic on PP1, which is funny because in like the next goal, Seth Jones just
Yeah.
fucking wires a heater. Fucking Jesus Christ! I was like, all right, never mind. I get it.
And again, it's just like it just shows you like these guys are finally getting some consistency to play with each other and feel each other out. And the comfortability that these guys have, like Seth Jones and Bedard, just flipping sides, just
Dude,
so simple. Like
just that little flip that pulls that penalty kill like box in tighter to where that puck side is too. So that's why Seth Jones has so much space, because they're trying to play tighter to Bedard. So like the second it gets back to him and he tosses it over, he's got fucking all day to just clap one so fucking hard. And it's just like, oh my God.
They got it.
I'm so glad it got through.
Yeah, they have to start taking advantage of that, because teams are starting to double up Bedard on the power play and stuff like that, and floating the extra guy there. It might not be like a traditional double team, but it's like they're definitely floating a second guy very close to Bedard, which is leaving that back door wide open. So I'm glad that that's being looked at and it's not being forced like around the net, something like that. Like they're taking their time looking up. And again, Reichel just proven that he is, deserving of this promotion that he's getting and extra minutes and opportunities.
All the trust that's being placed on him now.
Yeah. After that, I mean, pretty quiet until about halfway through, and then Anaheim gets on the board. Unfortunately for Soderblom, was fucking pulling for the shutout. Then you get a nice little clusterfuck in front of the net. Kershaw, Bedard, Donato, everybody got credit for the goal at some point, and ended up going to Donato. So keeps his stellar week intact.
I was gonna say technically a streak, but like one of the goals is a shootout goal.
Yeah. And then with 4 seconds left, McTavish gets one more for the Ducks on the power play. So the Hawks win this one 4-2. Soderblom, just unreal play. Back-to-back games, the Hawks let up 40 shots, though, too, by the way. Not the best, especially when you're playing a team like the Ducks, who should probably be more out shooting or closer to them. But Soderblom, 38 for 40 for a 950 save percentage. Fucking unreal.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty solid game.
So the Hawks go 3-2 on the road trip. Which is
what? Did you say 3-2 on the road trip?
3-2 on the road trip, a winning road trip.
Holy shit.
What were you saying? They jumped in the standings?
Oh, yeah, they jumped
those 2 wins.
Yeah, they jumped 10 spots in like the league standings in those 2 wins.
They jumped over Nashville and Colorado. So they're sitting pretty sits in the Central.
Just
Let's go. How are you doing? Yeah. So
one point behind St. Louis right now, so coming for you.
Bennington, you son of a bitch.
Start fucking cutting throats.
Any takeaways from the road trip before we move on?
Dude, there's just fucking everything, man. Like you play hard against Dallas, don't get a dub. Play hard against Colorado, come out huge. Fucking should beat San Jose. That falters, and then the game that you probably thought you were gonna lose, you end up fucking pulling out in the end, and then just solid outing against Anaheim, and just kind of like, all right, what the fuck, great, yeah. Like last year, I feel like we would have been like, well, maybe they'll beat San Jose, they might have a chance against Anaheim. It's like, just doing good.
Nope. So definitely. Is it Tony Granato that's still doing like pregame, post intermission stuff?
Yeah.
So I think it was him after the Kings game that he mentioned I might get the game mixed up and I might get the person mixed up. I believe it's Tony Granato. It's like this team has found their identity. Yes. But then he never elaborated on that.
On what the identity was.
Yeah. So let me ask you, one, do you think this team has found an identity yet?
Yes.
What do you think that identity is?
I think the identity isn't exactly like what they thought it was going to be last year, where it's like, oh, like run it through Bedard for everything. I think it's like obviously he's like the most lethal weapon on the team, but the identity is fucking rolling four lines, the high energy all throughout the four. A little bit probably more puck possession towards like lines 1 and 2, where like lines 3 and 4 are like we're gonna fucking be in your face the entire time, and they see tons of results. Like, are you kidding me? Fucking Lucas Reichel, Craig Smith, and Pat Maroon are picking pockets in the fucking low corners all day. It's so fucking crazy to me. That and trying to shore it up defensively in front of the net, solid goaltending, power play, the fucking power play, man. It's clicking. I don't know. I think that's just kind of what the team is looking at.
It seems like, I mean, it's very, and I probably will get ripped for this, saying this, but it's very like a light version of the Cup era teams. Like everything you described is like what made the Cup team so good. You had the one player that was like the lethal weapon. You had four lines that can go and score and be the difference maker every day, like any game. Like it's so great seeing this just coming back.
I completely forgot about this too. Like, like thinking about like the the third line probably gets like the least recognition, but there was a post that I saw recently that was best defensive rating among forwards.
Oh yeah,
and it's like the top 10, and amongst the top 10, and it's like, okay, so let me just preface this. It says defense rating, a weighted combination of block shots, face-off, penalties taken, expected goals against impact at 5-on-5, goals against impact at 5-on-5, penalty kill impact, and usage. And it says the rating system was created by like Dom Lucian of The Athletic. And so on this top 10, Ilya Mikheyev is apparently a +2, which I don't know what the plus means, but like he's top of the number 4 on the list. And then Jason Dickinson is number 7 on the list, +1.8. So that's what their defensive rating is. And like those two guys being on the third line, it's kind of like, oh, like they're like literally being seen as like a shutdown line. And then, they're penalty killers too. And like from what I've seen, like they do pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's another stat here, and I'm taking it as it's a positive because it's advanced stats that I'm still not fully like. But 5-on-5 expected goals against per 60. The Hawks rank 9th with a 2.27.
What's the best?
The best is Carolina, 1.87.
Oh, Jesus.
But it's like
that's still really good. Yeah.
I mean, the team is in the right direction. And I just pulled this up too. They are currently 10th in the league in the power play.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Like, I don't know how you cannot be excited about the direction this team's going and in what you're seeing. Like, yeah, I know everybody expects wins, and that's how they measure is wins and going to the playoffs and stuff like that. But again, this is the rebuild, guys. Like, this is what you need. You need the shit. You need to grow. You need to adapt and build what Blackhawk hockey is going to be.
Yeah.
So
play hard, fucking listen to your coach and get her done.
Yeah, let's fucking.
Does anybody still say get her done?
I don't think so.
It's fine. Whatever. I'll say it.
All right, so let's look at player of the week. So this is from the 28th until November 3rd. Our social media we posted as Ryan Donato because it just seemed like the no duh response. He had 4 goals, 2 assists for 6 points in 4 games, was a +5.
All of his points were even strength points too.
Even strength, and that doesn't even include 2. So that technically you could put an asterisk on it by all means, but technically 5 goals because he just had that fucking filthy.
Well, you could just say technically 2 game winners then too.
Exactly. Yeah. Honorable mentions: Lucas Reichel, goal,
Mhm.
2 assists, 3 points. Taylor Hall, 3 assists.
Goalies.
Goalies,
They went
just
3-1 over the week.
and then last one too, Connor Murphy. Like Connor Murphy's like we talked about in the last episode. He's still fucking playing fantastic.
Yeah, plus 5, 3 assists.
Yeah,
21 and or a little over, just under 22 minutes of time on ice. Oh yeah, I was saying this before we started, but dude, Seth Jones this past week, 26 and a half minutes of time on ice during those games.
that's insane. Like, I don't even think Keith did that.
It's just the same shit. Like everybody always shits on him, but man, that guy fucking is out there all the time.
Yeah,
all the time, and he was a +1 with a goal and an assist.
Hey, us talking all those years about wanting him when he was rumored to be traded and stuff, and feed us Seth Jones. We're looking pretty fucking good right now. I'd say.
Yeah, right. It's so funny looking at like their stats, like the player stats over this past week, and seeing all the plus minuses green. Basically, there's only a few that are minus.
I feel like it's grandma's boy. He's like, "Oh, high score. What's that? Is that good? Is that
right.
good? Like green numbers. Is that good?" Looking a week ahead here, the Hawks will look to keep it going. First up is tonight. You know, you're listening to this. Detroit Red Wings are in town. Patrick Kane back in Chicago. He had his moment. I'm glad he had it, but now I hope the Hawks just fuck him up in Detroit this time around. Like he got his Showtime return to UC moment, you know, curtain call, all that, but no more, dude. You're done. I'm over it. Let's move on.
I think he should get a curtain call every fucking game that he comes back.
Nah.
There's only one game every season.
He can get a curtain call. He can't
just another video every single time he comes back.
Fine, that's fine, but he should not be allowed to walk it off on us in overtime. That's where I'm like drawing the line.
Oh yeah, I mean I didn't think that was acceptable the first time, but
no, I mean it was
kind of
sick. Yeah, it was awesome. So they got them. Then they had to jump on the road really quick back to Dallas for Thursday. So another back-to-back. Then they don't play again until Sunday when the Mild are in town. The very surprising Mild, who are doing pretty well and kind of.
You know why they're doing so well?
Why is that?
Kaprizov contract year.
Dude. No, he's got one more year.
I thought he was contract.
He's coming up. So July 1st is when he's eligible for an extension.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because the rumor was 2026 he wants to come to Chicago. That was the last rumor.
Damn. Okay, never mind. Maybe he's just like, okay, I'm gonna build up starting now for my contract.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they already said they're gonna offer more money than any team can offer. So
yeah, but can they offer better place to be than Minnesota?
Yeah. So all right, let's go ahead and jump to the new favorite segment here.
Oh, right. It's fucking so funny. Yeah, man. I don't fucking know. Like Sasha Boisvert, that's my go-to every time because I'm so excited to see what this kid can do. He's up to 7 points in 7 games, 2 goals, 5 assists. There's a highlight I suggest everybody trying to find from this past weekend where I think it's on the power play, but he gets the puck on the blue line and he literally flips the puck up in the air to get around a guy and knocks it down and then takes it to the net and gets his own rebound and fucking scores. It's nasty. I'm a huge fan of that. Also, I don't know if you know this. So before we started recording, I was trying to figure out like which fucking division is Nodak in, and they're in the NCHC. And guess what? He was rookie of the week for the NCHC this past week. Did you know that? Did you know that?
No, I did not. That makes me feel all good and warm and fuzzy inside, knowing we got more fucking studs coming on up that aren't even in professional hockey yet.
Yes. And speaking more about Sasha Boisvert, in guys that are like in NCAA and their first year of college, so I guess, rookies, He right now is fourth or tied for third in points with Cole Iserman, with only James Haggins, who's probably going to be like the first overall pick this upcoming season. He's got 10 points in 6 games. He's number 1 right now. And then Michael Haig, the kid that was playing for the Steel that got drafted by the Canadians, that's playing at the University of Michigan. He's got 8 points. And then Boisvert and Iserman both have 7. I think it'd be so fucking cool if Boisvert ends up like leading in points for rookies. How fucking awesome would that be? But I mean, being top 3 is pretty fucking awesome too. Especially since I feel like not many people were saying his name or like having rumors about him at all during like the draft. Whereas like Cole Iserman, I heard a bunch about. Like, I mean, before like at this time last year, people were like Cole Iserman might go 2, and then he dropped fucking hard. And then near the draft, I know a lot of people were talking about the Michael Haig kid too. Especially like Hawks fans were hoping that we would get him around that 18-20 spot. So I think it's really cool that we're still sitting pretty fucking good with the choice that they went with. And I'm excited to see what more that kid can do. Going back to other prospects the Hawks have, I just gotta fucking
here real quick. Are college players eligible for World Junior?
I don't think so. I think only like national development team kids are. I don't know, actually. Yeah, they are. I mean,
because Taves played.
Did Celebrini play?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, yeah, so they are. Okay.
Yeah.
So we could have a lot of Hawks in the World Juniors this year.
We could, yeah. Let's see. Other players. Dude, AJ Spelliscy, 11 points in 12 games. I forgot. In the NCAA, guess who? I already. Do you see if you remember? Who's second in points in the entire NCAA?
Oh fuck. Aiden. Forgot his last name.
Aiden Thompson.
I was gonna say Thomas.
Aiden Thompson, Hawks draft pick from 2022, 3rd round, baby. He is second in the NCAA in points, and that's pretty nasty. Nick Lardis, fucking 16 points in 13 games. Let's see who else. Rinzel still over a point per game at Minnesota. Nazar is a point per game in Rockford. He's got 7 and 7. Fucking dude, little Frankie, he's gonna be so sick.
That dude, he's been like that filthy goal. I don't know if that was after we recorded, but the guys, I forgot who tweeted up, but he's like, yeah, I don't think he's going to be in Rockford very long. I mean, he will be in there for a little bit, but it's like, God, he's proven that he's ready to take that jump, and this is exactly what he needs is the time to, just adjust and really hone his game down in Rockford. Or up in Rockford, however you want to say it.
I just say down in Rockford. Levshunov still sitting at 1 point. He's played 4 games at this point too.
And together on the top pairing too for a little bit.
Who, him and Korchinski?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. But yeah, I don't know. Like, guys seem to be doing pretty decent. Rockford's doing all right. Fucking, what was my other guy? Who else was I looking at? Colton Docks got 6 points in 7 games. I don't know, man. Kids are good. Kids are good.
All right, got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right, we'll hit it one more time.
Fun stuff.
So we're gonna wrap up here really quickly. We're gonna try something new. We're gonna do some game of the week picks here. So what we're gonna do is pick 3 games for the week ahead, and so we're going from Wednesday, November 6th to Tuesday, November 12th is the time frame. Ideally, we'd like to do like an Eastern Conference game, a Western Conference game, and then a wild card game. Any game they want. Ideally, too, we like to stay away from the Hawks on this to kind of give like a little insight on other games that are exciting. So Tanner, where do you want to start for you?
What is it? What is it? I mean, tomorrow night or when this is going up, Edmonton and Vegas should be a good matchup. I mean, they're probably going to be like top of the division by the end of the year anyway. Um, I was talking about some other teams before. Fuck. What else? What else did I see, Zach?
Oh, who are you taking in that game?
Oh, Colorado, Winnipeg. I don't know. I'd hope Edmonton wins. Is McDavid back yet?
No.
Okay, then they're gonna win. Then yeah, Colorado, Winnipeg should be a good one. I know Arturi Lekkonen's back, which is a little bit of solace for Colorado with all their injuries that they've had. Winnipeg's still just a machine right now. Oh, we get some Pittsburgh versus Washington on Friday. That one's on ESPN Plus. That's pretty sweet. Detroit and Toronto.
So all right, you got.
I'm just saying those are some exciting matchups.
Well,
yeah.
okay.
Wait.
No.
Detroit, Toronto Friday, and then fucking Montreal, Toronto Saturday.
Dude, okay. Detroit, Toronto was my for the East on the 8th. Then you got Dallas versus Winnipeg on the 9th.
Yes, that's the one I was looking at too.
Two top dogs in the Central, and then on the 12th, I got Winnipeg and New York going head to head. Two of the top teams, like potentially. I mean, New York's projected to be a top team and battling for fucking Stanley Cup, and Winnipeg is proving that they need to be in that conversation too. 11-1, like holy shit. So, lots of good hockey coming up here over the next week. Lastly, NHL talk. The only thing that I really have here, just Ovechkin update. He's still good. He can still score goals. He's got 7 on the year. It's 35 away from catching Gretzky. I think he's determined to get this done this year.
Yeah. Oh, I think he is.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen.
He's like on pace for like 52 goals, 52 goals, 104 points or something like that.
What was it? I saw some stat that said like it took him 34 games to get 7 goals last year, or 31 games. And now it's taking him 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got it.
And this is the first time in their careers that Crosby and Ovechkin were named in the NHL 3 Stars of the Week.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's fucking insane to me. I mean, Crosby's been fucking on fire too. Like, god damn, dude. It has been fucking fun for hockey.
That's funny. I'm looking at top goal scorers, and I just wanted to see if it was like still, all the number 13s leading the league in goals. But Nikita Kucherov broke that up. He's also tied with everybody. But if you look at Cole Caulfield on this list, it says that he's number 22.
Oh, they haven't updated it?
No. Is it updated on his player profile? It's updated there, but like not in the stat tracking on NHL.
Oh, NHL doesn't do something right? Surprised.
Color me shocked.
All right, so I think that's going to do it here for us. Episode 296. What do you want to call it, Tanner?
I don't know. It's the battleground states.
How about progress? Just progress.
Progress. Seeing progress.
All right, I like it. All right, make sure to follow us or subscribe to us on your favorite podcast apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the big 2. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us on social media at WCB Podcast. And we will see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.